Man, am I excited. Trail's open tomorrow, and Island Pond is actually opening everything. Well, not everything. They're opening most of their stuff, right? So we can go up, get some miles on, scratch the itch, which means I gotta get these two hot rods ready to go. I've had hands all over these things, changing stuff, especially the 650. The Assault, as you saw, I did the reed manifold and all that stuff. But I haven't really given them the full once over in like a preseason, right? Like I've been working on them, but I haven't nut and bolted everything. I haven't really just given them that full look over. So today I gotta put some customer work off to the side a little bit and finally give myself a little bit of time to just go through these things, check them all over head to toe, make sure we're good to go for tomorrow, top them off with oil, check the belts, check all the clutching, scuff some stuff, you know, the usuals. And then load them in the trailer, go get fuel, fill them up. So that way in the morning, everything's done, ready to go. All we got to do is get in the truck, make the drive, and then hit the trail. I'm hoping to not find anything crazy, right? Since I've been all over these things head to toe, they should be relatively good to go, but just that nut and bolt check is gonna go a long way. I've got to get the microphone and camera mount and whatnot set up on my old helmet. I have one of the new Mission Patriot things, but I'm not gonna break that out yet and bash it off of low-hanging trees and whatever, right? So I gotta go through the old one, get that set up to do some filming. So hopefully I can talk about the 650 and everything while I'm riding it and my initial impressions of it and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm pumped. What the hell is beeping away in here? I'm excited. They needed cleaning. They've been dirty from bombing them around the field and through the mud and a little bit of snow that we've gotten, but that's the way she goes. I forgot, this thing needs a brake rotor because it still has Jake's super warped, messed up rotor on it. So I gotta throw that in there too. Circling back to our brake rotor stuff here, picked this bad boy up on eBay from Al's Snowmobile Warehouse. These guys are actually in Newport, Vermont, but it's easier to have them ship it down here than me take, 2 hours to drive up there and 2 hours to drive back. But either way, they got all kinds of stuff. They part out a ton of sleds. Check them out on there. Rotor's pretty square. I checked it on the bench here. There's no wobbles or anything in it, so it should be good to go. I'll take the scuff pad or probably the mini grinder and just clean up this surface rust real quick before I slap it on there, and should be good to go. It's pretty interesting. It actually came off of another VR1 650, so it's meant to be. I knocked the surface rust off of the rotor with just one of these brown little wafer wheels. This is not one of the hard abrasive ones. It's like a fiber one. So even though it does put marks in the metal, I'm not really removing a ton of material. I'm sure there's some machinist out there that knows that this is taking off, who knows what, tiny little bit of material, but it's not gonna be enough to feel any pad knock in the lever, any of that. We're just getting the surface stuff off of here. And it helps me see these kind of little edges here. I think these are just from where the rotor was cut and stamped because it's on almost all the fins. So I'm gonna go ahead and then switch to the green wheel, which will take a bunch of material off and knock these little ridges down. You can see there where the wafer wheel didn't touch because there's a high spot right here. Same with that one. And then there's only one on this side where it might have been dropped or got a ding or something in it. All in all, for 40 bucks, I can't complain one bit about this thing. Go ahead and knock all these little ridges down so it doesn't chew the pad up and slap it in. So I've got the 650 hot rod all baselined. I got to double check my clutching and make sure all that's recorded properly, and then move on to the Assault and do the exact same thing. Baseline all the shocks, record where they're at from the end of last year. I got pretty lazy towards the end of last year, and the last couple rides I just kind of cleaned it and put it away. I got to do the same on the clutching on that because I've stolen some parts out of it to get customer stuff up and going, and I got to make sure that that's going to be good enough for tomorrow. These are my two main setup sheet binders where I log customer setups along with my own and stuff like that. That way, if they ever have a question, I have all their information in here of, you know, what they're running for weight or spring rate or where their sled was when they left the shop, so they can compare to what changes they made, all that type of thing. I've got these setup sheets all made up. I got a basic one here for suspension stuff. You guys can pause this and look at that. And then I do have more advanced ones here that have high-low compression and rebound. And then if you have like KYB triple adjusters where you have a rebound tension on the top, and then the shaft one, you have that spot. If these are something you guys are looking for, I can go ahead and post links to these, and then you guys can print them right out on your own. There's clutching ones here too. Same kind of deal, same format. You can print these in color, but at the time I didn't have a color printer, so that's why they're just shaded. They help for recording everything and keeping track of what you're doing. If I can flip one. Got all the temps and flash and all, whatever you want to record, you got spots for all of it. So let me know if you guys want these. I can go ahead and post links for them. And I do have all the different ones made up for, like, say, TRAs with your quick clicker. So you'll have a a block for all the quick clickers and clicker position, all that stuff. P drive, same thing. I've got the P drive ones too. So again, if you need them, let me know. Truck trailer's all ready to go. Fuel in the truck, fuel and oil in the sleds. Everything's all set for the morning. Stay tuned for the actual riding footage coming out soon.